Hi everybody, this video is an informative video on Prezi. Prezi is an online-based web tool as an alternative to Google Slides. It's for giving presentations. And so the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to Prezi.com. Once you're at the website, you're going to click Login. Once you're logged in, you're going to click Log in with Google. That seems to be the easiest thing. It may ask you to choose your Google account. You want to make sure that you choose your school account. And so first I want to just show you what a Prezi looks like and how it's different from Google Slides. And so I previously made a Prezi presentation that's showing up here on my dashboard, and it's called Kingdoms of Life. And so I'm going to click the play button. If I wanted to further edit it, I could click this pen or pencil. I'm going to click the play button. Letting it load. Okay, so once it's loaded to present, if you just click these little arrows over here, this will kind of make it look full screen. And okay, so now what we want to do is if you just hit, I'll show you how this works. If you hit the space bar or if you hit the arrow over, but the space bar works, if you hit that, it'll take you to general facts about the animal kingdom. Right? And then if you hit the space bar again or you click again, it'll take you back out. And then if you hit it again, it'll take you into the examples of animals. I picked 3 examples. I picked a tapeworm, I picked a lion, and a lemur, just out of nowhere. And if I click the space bar again, that'll take me into tapeworm. And here's where I have some information about tapeworms. And part of this assignment is you had to come up with 5 interesting facts. So if I hit the space bar again, it'll take me into the interesting facts. And if I hit it again, it'll take me to the next animal, the African lion, and its interesting facts. Hit the space bar again, it'll take me to the lemur and the information about it. All right, and then finally, once I'm back to this home screen, if I hit it one more time, it'll take me to the sources for this project. All right, now at any time, you could hit this arrow over here, and this will back you out at any time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to get out of the presenting mode, and I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and I'm going to show you how to get started. So the easiest way is to click New Presentation. And you're going to find that it's going to show you all these different templates. Okay, they have all different kinds of templates. And to be honest with you, a lot of them will just do nothing but confuse you. All right, and so the best thing to do is to start from scratch, to start simple, and you go and you click General. And you want to start with plain blank white. We can click Use this template. And this is the free version of Prezi, so we want to click Anyone on the web. We want to have a title for our presentation. So sticking with the same theme of the 6 Kingdoms of Life, I'm going to write the title, Kingdoms of Life. Continue. All right, and so this is your, what they call the overview slide. That was the slide I had on my Prezi with the lion on it. And so the first thing that you have to do is figure out what you want this slide to look like or be like. And so you can have a title up here. My title is going to be Kingdoms of Life. That's what we're studying. And my subtitle is going to be The Plant Kingdom. And you can move this around, you can make it any size you want by bringing it out or bringing it in. Next thing you might want to do is you might want kind of a background. If you want to just if you want plain white, that's okay. But if you click style, you can choose different colors here. We click this, different schematics, different colors. Change different things. Let's go back to white. And for this, maybe I want to have a picture as my background. Right? So I'm going to go out. Let's close this up. And I'm just going to go out to the web, and I'm going to find a picture for plants that I want as kind of a background picture. So Google some images here. And just looking at a couple of these, maybe I want to find one that maybe is light enough that, looks good. Just kind of browsing along. Maybe because it's close to St. Patrick's Day, we'll look at these shamrocks here. All right, so I like those. So I'm going to right click or hit Control, Save Image As. And I'll just save it to my desktop. You can save it any file you want. And I'll come back to my Prezi. And then I'll upload the image. Again, I could just change the background color if I want to anything that I would like. Okay, and that's fine. But we want a picture today. So let's close that out. And we'll click Upload Image. And we'll bring in that shamrock that we found. We're going to bring that in there, and that's going to be our background. We're close to St. Patrick's Day, so we'll use that as our background. So I'm not happy with the way that black shows up, so I'm going to change the text color. Maybe we'll make it white to show so it pops a little more. All right, and now we need to design the different windows that we want nested in here. All right, and so this is kind of one of the subtopics that I want hanging around. It's a little big, so let's make it a little smaller. All right. Down here, if you click this button, the plus and topic, you can tell it to add another topic. And so for this project, I'm going to add 3 topics. And I can organize them any way I want. I'm going to put this one down here. And I'm going to call this one, if we double click on it, I'm going to call this one General Characteristics. And you can see that it's kind of not looking right, so I can adjust this, make it look a little better. If I want, I can make this bold. This one's going to be let's put plant species, because in this project you had to pick 3 different species to talk about. Maybe we'll make that bold, and so it looks kind of on par with general characteristics. We'll make it look a little better there. And then this final one's going to be, and if you zoom in by accident, there's this button called zoom out that you can push. But for this one, this is going to be, whoops, I did it again. You see, you can navigate through these also over here. So it's kind of something that you sort of have to play around with. I'm going to call this one sources. This is where I'm going to put the sources that I went to get my information. And you can, again, change it however you want. And so I'm going to work on these 3 components, right? And so under general characteristics, I can either double click on that, and that will take me in, or if I zoom out, I can actually click on that window off to the left, and I'm going to write general characteristics. I'm going to put it up here, and Maybe I want it centered. I think centered might make it look a little better. Right? So let's center it. And here's where I'm going to write my general characteristics from the research from the web. So just a few things off the top of my head about plants. Plants are photosynthetic. Plants are always multicellular. Plants are always eukaryotic. Right? And there's other things that you can put there, but those are some basic things. I'm going to put some space in between these three bullets just because I think it makes it look a little better. All right, and maybe just to make this slide look a little better, we'll go out and we'll get another picture of some plants. All right, ooh, there's a Venus flytrap. So let's take a look at the Venus flytrap. Looks like it's pretty good quality, so I'll right-click it and I'll copy the image, and I will put that right in there by hitting Control Paste. All right. And the nice thing about this, just like Google Docs or really Word, if you click Undo, you can undo anything, any mistake that you made, or you can redo it. All right, so I think that kind of looks good. We don't need a subtopic here, so I'm going to just click on this subtopic once and delete it. And then we're going to zoom back out. So we have our general characteristics done. Now we want to work on our 3 plant species. So I can either double click on that, or I can bring it back out. If I want to access it over here, I can click plant species. And maybe I want to write 3 different plant species. Spell it right, that would be good. I'll bring that up here. I'm going to center it. Okay, and this is where I'm going to come up with my different plant species. And for this, I want to have this, I want to have some different windows nestled in here. So I'm going to click a couple of these. All right, and at this point you can bring these in like this. You can change the arc, the size. Oops. It really is something where you kind of have to just mess around with it and see what you like, what you don't like. All right, I'm going to add another subtopic. 2, since we have to do 3 different species, and another one. All right, and so you can organize this any way you want. I think this will look good if I do this. Maybe I could do something like this, make it arc out like that. And maybe the first plant I am going to talk about is the Venus flytrap. The second one's going to be, I don't know, the sugar maple. And maybe the third one will be moss. So let's get more specific. Sphagnum moss. If there's any plant would have worked okay here. All right, so now I have that. Now to get in even deeper with this, show you what I mean, I can double click this Venus flytrap, or again, if I zoom out by clicking the zoom out button, and why that's not working, maybe I have to go back that way. I can click on this right here. And so for here, for the Venus flytrap, I can write Venus flytrap up here as the title. Right? And maybe I can write some information about it. Where does it live? What does it eat? Why is it carnivorous? So I'll just put a few things down here to give you an idea. So carnivorous plant The thing I know is that it lives in nutrient poor soils and it attracts insects. Okay, so again, if you wanted to, I usually like to leave a little room between my bullets. You know, it's just preference. I think it makes it stand out a little more, and maybe because I can make it a little bigger here. Maybe I want to make this bold. All right. Zoom back in here. And again, if I want to put a picture of a Venus flytrap, I can go out. Maybe I want a different one. This looks pretty cool. This looks like it's eating a frog. The resolution's not that good. Maybe we'll look at a different one right here. That's a pretty cool picture. So I'm going to right-click and copy that image and bring that right in. I'm going to paste it in here. There it is. Maybe I want it off to the side, or maybe down below looks kind of good. All right, and if I wanted to put my 5 interesting facts, I could add a subtopic. And maybe I don't want to be boring and have it gray. Maybe I want this subtopic to be, I don't know, we're dealing with plants, so maybe like a light green or something. And so I can write in here, interesting facts, right? Maybe center that, make it look a little better. And then I could go further into here by either double clicking, or I can click over here where it says interesting facts. So let's do that. I'll put interesting facts. And here's where you would go and research and find out some interesting facts. You know, so you can use bullets. And you would just put your 5 interesting facts in there. All right, and then when you're done, you could zoom out, kind of see where it's nestled in there. Zoom out again. For some reason it's not working there, but I'll go up here. All right, and then you would work on your sugar maple. Same way, you would work on the sphagnum moss then, and then when you were done, you could zoom all the way out and you could put your sources. Your sources, if you double click on it, this is just going to be a list of websites that you used. That's all it is. So we'll put that there. I'll show you what that should look like. You know, let's say we went out to the web and we wanted information on the general characteristics of plants. You find a reputable source. We want to get out of images. And we want a reputable source here. So let's just scroll down and see what we can find. You don't want to use Wikipedia. Botany Professor, that might be a good site. That site's blocked. What about, let's see. Again, avoid Wikipedia. Let's look at another one. Sometimes you have to get creative and really look. Here's Encyclopedia Britannica. And so it's going to give us some general characteristics of plants. Let's see if we wanted to use this, we would just highlight the website, edit copy, we can go back to our Prezi, and we would go to control or edit, paste. And there it is. And you can resize this any way you want, make it fit or make it bigger, smaller, any way you want. And then you could go on and maybe hit return a couple times and put your other sources. So we'll back out of this. Okay, and when all said and done, and you have your project completed, to check it out, you can press present. You have to make sure that this toggle bar down here is all the way over. That starts your presentation. And then you're ready. you can either hit these arrows down here, or you can hit the space bar, and it'll go into your general characteristics. You hit the space bar again, it'll back out. Hit plant species, it'll go into your Venus flytrap stuff. It'll back out, and then it'll go to your second species and your third species after you get them done. And then it'll go to your sources. All right, and that's the presentation. So if you hit escape, that'll get you back out of it. To send this to somebody or to turn it in, you would go to Share, View Link, create a new link, and it's going to ask you to share it. So if you're sharing it for, or if you need a link for your Bio 2 class, you can put something like Bio 2 class. You can create the link. It'll give you the link for you to copy. Right? And so once it's copied, you'll be able to go into your Google Classroom and paste it in where the assignment's due. Or you can email the link to somebody, however your teacher tells you to turn it in. If you are collaborating or working on this with somebody and you want them to be able to modify it, you click Share, Collaborate, type in their email address and give them editing rights, and then click Add, and then done. So I hope that helped get you started with your presentation. If you have any more questions, just ask, and play around with Prezi, have some fun with it. Remember, you can't, anything that you would do, you can always undo.